Hi, this is Amber Matusik with Art2Ride, and I am here today with a horse named Casino. Marie did a video with him a while back. He is, I think, around 14 years old, maybe somewhere around there. And he's a draft, I believe, quarter horse mix. He came to his current home, I think, about a year ago. And he was actually pretty underweight, and he has a variety of tension problems. He's not super relaxed, and he gets diarrhea really easily. So I don't know if it's just, related to something going on in his gut. But here he is, starting out with the work in hand, and I'm trying to get him all the way down here in the stretch, hopefully even a little bit deeper than he is here. Really, I'm quite happy with the activity level that he has. He actually is quite forward, and like I said, just has a tendency to be fairly tense. So that's really nice right there where he stretched all the way down, and so I'm going to go ahead and be done with that, reward him, start going the other way. Now this is my slightly harder direction to do the work in hand, and right here in the beginning I feel that I'm a little bit more in front of him than I need to be, and I tried to correct that. I think I was trying to use my body to push him out a little bit, and so I'm trying to back off and get a little bit more towards his shoulder here, and then also still move him away from me. He wants to crowd you a little bit, so I try lifting up a little on that inside rein to push his body away from me, and get that little bit of a yield. So you see me there trying to push him away from me a little bit there. As I came off the rail, he wants to kind of fall in. And then as he straightened out, I got a moment of a little deeper stretch. Still not quite as good as he got there. Starts to get a little better. Just waiting for him to let go all the way like that and get all the way down there. So I was happy with that. It was getting better. So I started him out on the lunge line here. And here in the beginning, I'm hoping to get a nice stretch in the walk. Now, this horse, as I said, he has some problems with tension, and he's a little bit worse on the lunge line than he is even under saddle. Now, I'm working on keeping him in the walk here, and he broke into the trot on his own. So I'm trying to just shorten up the line, bring him back down to the walk, work on getting that really nice, big, relaxed step and stretch in the walk here before I send him into the trot. Now, I'm asking for a little more activity, but I'm not asking him to trot. And he's, just breaking into the trot, so I just try to ease him back down into the walk and then go right back to seeing if I can get that little more activity. Now, it's a little bit easier in the work in hand to get, that deeper stretch, which is why I did it first. And then now this is good here. I like the way he kind of let go a little deeper. Got into a little deeper stretch. But he's difficult on the lunge line to get that deeper stretch. So we try to spend a lot of time here in the walk, and I have both the side reins and the shambone on now. Mystery was actually quite similar to this when she first came. She was tense and really hard to get into the stretch. And it took a long time of her just going in the side reins and the shambone and doing a lot of lunging before she really let go. Now he has, moments here and there where you can see he does let go and he stretches a little bit deeper. Obviously I'm looking for those moments to get more consistent. He's not stretching and just staying down there, and I'm working on getting that by taking a little bit with the lunge line and continually trying to push him away from me on the lunge line. Like, I'd like him to have a feeling that he's softening the inside of his body and stepping away from me. It's nice there. So he does have some good moments where, he lets go, and you can see that he's able to move a little more fluidly as he reaches down. And at times in the trot here, like, I feel like I even, I'm less, like, I'm using the whip more to just try to push him away from me. I'm not really asking for more activity. I feel that, when they're tense like this, sometimes it's helpful to let them relax a little first and then get the activity. But I do have to use the whip, to push him away from me because he does want to fall in. If you go back and look at this horse's first video, you'll see, though, that he has improved quite a bit since that first video. And the other thing I look for is a really nice steady rhythm, and that's going to help him start to relax and get into the stretch. So I was pretty happy with the rhythm that I had there in that trot. As I said, I mean, the stretch needs to be more consistent. It gets better and better, every time. So, I'm happy with what I got there. For the lunging was pretty good for him. Moments. And then I'm just going to come back to the walk here briefly until he lets go all the way again in the walk. Now, he doesn't have a whole lot of stamina, so I don't spend, a super long time lunging him. And he actually is a little more relaxed and better under saddle. So, I still want to do the lunging because I feel that he needs to learn how to relax in all aspects of his training. He needs to come out, be focused, start paying attention. I mean, the lunging is just the riding from the ground. So, again, here in the beginning, I was just trying to keep him in the walk. I was using the whip a little to push him away from me, get a little more activity in the walk, and he broke into the trot. So I brought him right back down, and now I'm trying to get that deeper stretch in the walk again. Now, he had a little spook over there. He is, quite tense, and he will spook at times where he just sort of usually does, like, kind of bolts in or, jumps to the side, just like that. And I was trying not to make a big deal out of it. Just bring him back down to, like, a quieter pace in the trot. But still asking him to move away from me. You'll see I still am using the whip here to try to push him out because I'm trying to get that feeling that he's softening the inside of his body, leg yielding out a little bit, pushing into the contact. There he starts to a little bit. He starts to reach down a bit more. get a few steps here and there where it actually is pretty nice. He really kind of lets go, gets all the way down there, swinging through from behind nicely. And then, he just doesn't hold it. So better rhythm here, slows down a little bit, but that's okay. I let him come back to the walk because that was, more relaxed at the end there, a little bit better rhythm, a little slower. Started to stretch a bit more. And now here I'm just trying to keep him in the walk, get that deeper stretch again in the walk. So ask for him to soften his jaw, step away from me, stay relaxed, and swing through from behind. This kind of ends here on a nice spot here in the walk. So I decide that was good, and I'm going to get on. So here we are starting out in the walk, and same thing, really trying to get him to reach all the way down in the walk. So preferably, even further than this. You can see he wants to curl a little bit up, and I would like for him to start like reaching a little bit deeper and poking out through his nose. He'll have, where he reaches out through the head and neck a bit more. Keep trying to get him to just take that and really push through the contact there. It's getting a little bit better. It's getting a little bit deeper. You can see every once in a while he tries to bring his head up, and I'm just trying to, refocus him. He might have seen something, and he just kind of like... But this is getting better here. He's starting to poke out a little bit more with his nose. The rhythm is quite nice here in the walk. He's fairly active. I feel like, eventually all of that will improve. It'll, the degree at which he can lift his back and reach under will improve the more and more he does that. Which is why, I'm really trying to, get him there, even in the lunging, you can't lunge this horse without having the shambone and the side reins, because he just is really hollow then. And, we need to encourage as much as possible for him to be just reaching down there. And as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit better. I feel like he's starting to poke out a bit more, reach out through his head and neck more, staying active from behind. Every once in a while, you'll see me kind of use my shoulders up and back. I'm trying to lift up and back and push the hind end underneath me a bit more and get him to straighten out the body, get the energy to flow straight through the horse. So it's like a little bit like a feeling like the energy is not quite going straight through the horse and straight down into my hand. So then I'll use my shoulders to try to help push that out and down. But as you can see, he actually is quite a bit better at giving a deeper stretch in the mounted work than he is in the lunge work. He's a little more consistent here than... Now, I do like a step or two of him, trying to get him to move off the leg. I don't do a whole lot of leg yields yet with this horse. I'm just trying to, like, as I said, like, get that energy to move straight through the horse, get him to relax, get him to stretch all the way down in the walk and then in the trot. Canter is not there yet. He's not strong enough to do that without being really, really tense. So here in the trot, the same thing. Just like I said, this energy to flow through, get that stretch all the way out and down, consistent stretch. This is, pretty good here. He's moving forward nicely, nice with the rhythm. Starting to poke out and down with his nose a bit more. I'm trying to follow his mouth with my hand, so sometimes they're a little bit active, a little bit moving around, because I can feel he's sucking around back behind the reins. He's not taking that contact and pushing out and down into the contact. I'm just trying to follow him around a little bit, trying to stay up and back with my shoulders, and then get him, off the inside leg a little. So I don't know if you saw, I turned a little bit early there and did, just a couple of steps of really trying to get him off that inside leg, because that will help push him down into that contact a bit more. But right now, I mean, mostly it's just getting that relaxation. Now this is getting a little nicer right here. To me, it looks a little less rushed. And there's a little bit more of a, like a push. So sometimes in the beginning, it's a little bit more rushed like this, but I feel like the rhythm here is just a little bit better. Now I could feel felt like he needed to poop, so I let him slow down. And we head back into the trot here. Now I've only worked this horse like a couple of times where I've actually been able to bring him up into the arena and work him, and he hasn't like had to poop multiple times. But I think, with him, a lot of it's like really nerves. So, he gets up in the arena, he's nervous, he's pooping multiple times. So just like hoping that he's going to learn that, coming up into the ring is a nice relaxing thing. I'm not going to put too much pressure on him for, part of the reason why I'm not doing a whole lot of, like leg yields and stuff, like a little bit, like move off my leg here, move off my leg there. But I really just want him to feel like this is a place that he can come and relax and, trot around a little bit and have a good time. And, it can be a really good positive experience where he's just feeling like it's a place he can come and be chill. Now, I'm really happy with some of that trot there. He was really reaching a little bit better through that head and neck. And the nice rhythm where he's swinging through. Starting to lift, push a little bit more. And not feel rushed or running in the trot. I try a few moments of sitting trot. Not very much, because he's not super strong, but just, a moment here or there. And actually, sometimes a sitting trot, I can, kind of get him flowing a little bit better down into my hand. But, like I said, I'm only going to do a few moments here or there. Right there, I tried lengthening the trot a little down the long side. It got a little bit quick, but I was playing around with just to see, did he have a little bit of a lengthening? Could he stay relaxed and stay down in the stretch? And I feel like the trot came back a little bit nicer here, and I think trying it again right here, a little bit of a lengthening down the long side. And then just letting that trot slow and come up underneath me. I wanted to see, I was actually looking forward to seeing this on the video to see how it looked. And you know, he still looks he looks a little quick, a little rushed in that lengthening. It's not quite strong enough to do something like that. But here the rhythm is pretty good. I feel like it's ending on a pretty good note here. I was very happy with the way, you know, he stayed pretty relaxed, under saddle, and, you know, progressing nicely. Like, he's starting to, you know, relax more, stretch more, get more consistent. So, thanks for watching.